Hello there. Oh, you're looking bloody beautiful. It's me, your old pal, Karl Welshman. Now, the plan today, what I'm thinking, is heading into Belfast and checking out the Brewdog bar, which is in the new train and bus station in the city. I've never been there before. So I'm gonna get a little bit of footage. We'll have a little exploration, see what we got going on there. I've been to a few. I've been to a couple in Cardiff and, well, one in Cardiff. And I went to one in London as well. And they were actually quite nice. The food was good selection of beers, a few guest beers. So they were great. However, from reviews that I've read online about the Belfast one, I haven't got high hopes. What I'm thinking is, I'll bring you along with me. We'll have a little walk through Belfast, see what's happening, head to the station, have a wander around, go into the Brewdog bar, see what we got going on. No food today. Might just get the 1 pint, have a little look, see what they've got on their beer board, see if they've got a beer fridge. And I'll give you my honest opinion of the Brewdog bar. We got this fish finger cheese, lettuce and mayo sandwich ready as a, I suppose we'd call it a brunch. That should sit in my stomach nicely. Let's go. Weather was great. It was lovely. It was nice and quiet in the city. I did have to help an old lady off the bus, you know, doing my good deed for the day. She had one of those fucking trike things, you know, like I say trike thing. She wasn't on a bike. Do you know, I'm talking like what are they called? Mobility thing. I had 3 wheels on it. I keep doing this in my handles. Helped her off the bus. As I extended my arm and she held my arm and stepped down, she went, "It's like the blind leading the blind." So I'm taking that as an insult. She was calling me a fucking idiot or something. Maybe I misconstrued that. Straight into HMV, where I found a copy of Rosemary's Baby. I was happy about that. So I was ready for my day. Now as I head towards the middle of town, I'm walking past Primark, and who should I see on my adventure before I've even fucking started but my daughter. She tagged along and became camera person for me, which was useful. So the Brewdog pub, I understood it as being in the bus station, train station in town, right? My bearings are shit. So I head to the bus station, train station area where I've caught the bus numerous times to get to Dublin, just next to the Europa in the city. And it turns out it's not actually there. It's sort of further behind, and you have to go up a street where there's a big yellow sign saying this way to the fucking central station. Now, me and my daughter notoriously have the shittest bearings ever. Just get completely lost. If I go anywhere, right, and I'm with the wife and she's driving, I'm completely reliant on her remembering where she's parked her car. Because as we come out of things like Tesco, or, you know, we've done a bit of shopping, we step out, I'm just blindly walking along following her. And whenever she turned around and said to me, "Karl, I've got to go and get some money out of the cash point here, or you just take the trolley and get the stuff in the boot, I've got to help my dad out here with a few things," I get really fucking nervous. My daughter is worse than me, and I was relying on her. She was like, "Yeah, Dad, this is the way, I've been to the station place before and it's up this way." We ended up in some fucking housing estate, which, to be honest with you, felt a little bit fucking stabby. It did feel a bit stabby. You know, you see a lot of videos on YouTube about how welcoming Belfast is, and to be honest with you, overall, it really is. Belfast is nowhere near as bad as it's painted and made out to be, particularly outside of Belfast. However, there are still a few streets and areas which feel like, yeah, you wouldn't be there at night or even at day, to be honest. And that happens everywhere. I'm from a place called Barry in South Wales, right? And there's parts of Barry which you just wouldn't dream of going to as well. Like, after doubling back on ourselves and walking the direction that we came and towards a sign that I don't know how the fuck we missed it, we followed the sign and we ended up at Central Station, which I've never been in before, and it's massive. Feels like a waste of space. Like, huge. I don't understand why it's so big. Like, the original station felt more practical. It was like it had enough room for you to queue in to get on the bus. And I've been in there when it's full and, you know, busy and a lot of people traveling and stuff. And it never felt like it was overly filled. Whereas this has got to be like, I mean, it's about the size of the fucking airport. It's massive. So much wasted space. The Brewdog pub then was, you have to go up some stairs or up an escalator to get to it, and it's sort of tucked there, and it's big and it looks lovely from outside. And walked in, I can't fault the sort of ambience of going in. It felt nice, it felt welcoming. When I got in there, the barman was serving two guys. They were getting a paddle of beers, you know, to try a couple of different beers. The selection of beers was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I'd seen it online. Someone had put a review in talking about the beers in the Belfast Brewdog. I've been to a couple of Brewdogs, particularly the one in Cardiff. I've been in there a few times, and they've got this nice fridge which is clearly there for you if you want to buy some drinks. I believe you can drink them on the premises. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But they're certainly available if you wanted to buy some to take them home. And they would have some limited Brewdog beers, some one-offs and some imperials and some more experimental. I mean, Brewdog back in the day used to do some pretty awesome stuff. You used to get quite an array of experimental kind of high quality beers, a million miles away from the shit that you see in the supermarkets now, the mass produced stuff. There was no fridge. I did have a little walk around the premises. They had a fridge behind the bar, like all bars do, and all I could see in that were literally any beers that I could pick up for a fraction of the cost from the likes of Tesco or Sainsbury's. That's what they had there. The beers that they had on tap, literally just beer that you can get as well in supermarkets and that, you know. You had your fucking Elvis juice, which I ended up getting because it was the most interesting beer. I don't like Elvis juice. It's a grapefruit IPA. It's really not nice. You had your Lost Lagers, your Punk IPA, your Hazy Jane. I mean, Punk IPA and Hazy Jane you can pick up in everywhere. When it came to guest beers, they had two beers available. What was it? Something Hag. I've probably got footage coming up here anyway. Those two beers have been guest beers, I believe, since the premises opened. Music then, the ambience was nice, not too bad, sort of indie music. The prices then, I bought a pint, well, it wasn't even a pint, it was a 2/3 pint of Elvis juice, which was coming in at 6.5%, and that cost £6.45. I guess the price is going to be super expensive because it's in a bus station and it's going to catch people. There's no other bars, not that I know of, on that premises, so people are going to go in there, have a cheeky beer. The food looked good. I've had Brewdog food before, looked nice. It's nothing that you're going to go fucking crazy about. They did have charge points though under the chairs, which I thought was good. I say charge points, they had plugs, so if you wanted to charge your phone or use your laptop and things like that. I'm glad I went over. I was curious, and unless you go and have a look at these places, you never fucking know, do you? Overall, it was quite a walk to a very meh sort of place. I would never in a million years be in a rush to go back. I would never be turning around and saying to my friends, we really need to meet in Brewdog. Primarily down to the fact that their beer selection was so shit.
Into Brewdog, expectation of the best. Belfast beer taps just like the rest. No fridge to browse, no freedom to choose. A boring range, only two guest beers in view. Cardiff's got variety and some fucking flair. Belfast pouring options, do they even care? From north to south, the choice runs deep. But Belfast selection is shit and not cheap. Jane Punk, IPA stands tall. All available in Tesco, nothing exciting here at all. Brewdog elsewhere, stack shelves with pride. Belfast is just the basics, served with a side of size. Raise your glass, but don't expect more. Brewdog Belfast, where choice is folklore. Cardiff's got variety and some fucking flair. Belfast pouring options, do they even care? From north to south, the choice runs deep. Selection is shit.